So we talk about in our first lesson, what's the problem, or even better, what's the underlying problem? You know, most entrepreneurs call me and say, Dirk, I need staff. And I said, okay, come on. So what's the matter? Yeah. I mean, there are plenty of candidates out there. What is the problem? Is there no one? Is no one listening? Does no one care about your job? So what's the problem? When we start in headhunting, number one lesson is understand your situation right now so that we can really find the action, define the action to bring it down. Yeah. So the underlying problem, question mark, write it down. I hope you have papers in front of you. The underlying question, the underlying problem is bam. So first of all, what we need, what we want in each search mandate, in each tackle, you are hiring persons. What is the problem? Yeah? We need to understand, we need clarity. The outcome of this session today is clarity. Where am I with my activities, with my offer, with the candidate? So this lesson is purely for clarity and we will work it out. I really like the concept of, write it down, fresh framing. That's a concept I use in my headhunting approaches. You know what? Smart story. When I approach candidates, when I approach entrepreneurs, they always have, plenty of information. There's information overload everywhere, yeah? And you just drop out job AdWords. That doesn't work. So we have to really think with a fresh mind, with a fresh concept, yeah? So I call that fresh framing. That, for example, I used to help an entrepreneur, Christoph. Christoph is a successful entrepreneur, 50 employees already, and he's building a good corporate. Yeah, he makes a couple of million revenues. He's really good in shape. I love this personality because he's so strong. He always wants to move. He's my perfect client. Yeah, but when it comes to his employees, yeah, I realized that he's quite often bored. He says, Dirk, we need a sales manager. I said, woo, that's great. Isn't that great? You're growing. And he said, no, I already have 10. And can you just bring me the number 11, please? Okay, thank you. Great. Thanks to talking. Bam. That doesn't work, guys. I mean, how should that work? Yeah, just give me something on the market. Don't take care. I'm not excited about the sales manager. You're not excited about the sales manager. Why should the candidate be excited? Yeah, really start fresh. Think about it as your first employee. If it's your first employee, great. You're excited. Yeah, but we need to have this fresh mindset. Yeah, fresh framing. Whenever you start searching for a position, start with fresh framing. Delete everything you have in your mind and start with fresh new glasses. Yeah? This is the number one reason why I'm so successful. Because, I go into companies which exist hundreds of years. They bored all over the place. Yeah? They don't have the excitement. They don't want to win. If I work with agency owners, 7 people, they are so fully booked with tasks. They couldn't even excite about a new employee. They think in pain. It doesn't matter where you are in your process. You have to stop a minute, come down, think about, say, I'm stopping right now. I start fresh framing. Yeah? Christopher and I made a great deal because I took Christoph and said, Christopher, you started for a reason your business, right? And he remembered itself and says, yes, I did. Yeah, why did you start your business? What is the deeper purpose of your business? And he said, really, I want an impact in the world. I said, that's great. Okay. Why? Why do you want it to impact? And he said, really, I want to change it. And when did you start your business? 18 years ago. He lost it. He lost it, you know. He lost the reason why he built the company. He lost why he's in a competition to others. He lost the fundamental reason why someone should join his team, his family. And I want you to start fresh. It's not a tool, it's a concept. It's the number one concept I want you to start with. I don't know where you are in your situation. I'm not on your shoulders. I can't watch it. I can't advise you directly. I just can give you all the information I use and my team is using to really hunt on a higher level. It's a headhunting secret number one, fresh framing. Start totally like a beginner. I don't care if you have 60 positions to close, if you're an HR business, if you're an entrepreneur saying, Dirk, I'm struggling. I believe I need a sales manager. I believe I need an accountant. The pain is so big. I need just right now an employee. I feel the pain. I've been there. I hired from my own team. I know it's a struggling situation. But 15 years later, I can give you this one advice. Stop for a moment. Think. Start with a beginner's eye. Why is that interesting? What is the purpose of this job? How can we actually identify right candidates? And to do so, I developed a tool. And the tool is called Day One. Sure, you know Amazon. Sure, you know Jeff Bezos. And his philosophy, his concept is Day One. I don't know if you know that. Check it out. And his strategy is called, how would he start his business if he would start today? And this is an amazing, you can read it in the shareholder letters where he said, Day One, where are we? Every year he starts fresh. He says, okay, we are in competition. He says, we need to start fresh. I don't care what worked yesterday. I don't care what's worked yesterday, last year, last quarter. I want to approach the future. I want to be competitive. And therefore, I start with a fresh mind, fresh framing. First lesson, you see the tool. You know what? Let's run the tool once and then you get a better understanding, okay? So you can see the tool is called Day Number One, and I'm just in front of the monitor right now, and I will run you through the tool, and it's your job, your homework to truly work it out. Start thinking with a fresh approach. Start thinking with a fresh framing approach to really make it happen. So what you can see is first of all a structure. Yeah, we start with a subject. Subject line matters. Yeah. We need to think multi-channel. That means obviously we take as well job boards at the end. We be in social media. We take every channel we can to attract candidates. But how do we attract them? Yeah? And the subject matter is quite important. Is it a sales manager? What is really the subject story for your job? Is it growth? Is it new markets? Is it, you want to change something and the job title often is misleading. So we need to think, okay, just write down, it's a progress. It's not the final, yeah? It's always a process. And with each tool, with each lesson, you will understand, you will dive deeper. And today, we just start with the beginning. It's very approachable subject title. Okay, what's the goal, And the goal is not, a placement. Then we have to think from the perspective of the candidate. What's the goal in this position? Most people write down, hey, yeah, we want to grow what? How much in 3 years? What's a goal action? Well, let's talk about lifetime. Yeah, a candidate invests 3 years of his life into your business. What does he or she achieve working for you? Think about in this way. What's a perfect goal? Outline, start doing it. Why? No one else is doing it. Read job AdWords, very boring, yeah? I mean, it's everything in a job AdWord is boring because it's not human focused. It's not human centered. Write a goal down, a joint goal. Who's the audience? Yeah, we need some sales managers being in a technical environment. Oh, come on. Is that an audience? What is the audience? Yeah. Entrepreneurs, leaders, HR departments often still think, hey, come on, there's an audience. Let's do it. Let's crack it. University degree and 5 years experience in a technical environment. That is not an audience, Think about the audience as deep as possible. We will run through later, but this is a kickoff. This is a starter to really say, okay, come on, what's new about it? If I would start with my first employee, what kind of audience do I need? Start with that approach. If it's your first employee, start, okay, what is the challenge we're facing? Who do I really need? Yeah. And then let's go to the beginning. Yeah. It's really important in today's world to start thinking from the eyes of the candidate. What do they think, know, feel? What is the fame of the job? For example, let's take it in Europe. If you call it sales manager, most people are bored about sales manager positions. It's not a high caliber job. Sales managers are always like car sellers. It's not, the first interaction I think when I read sales manager in Europe is mostly not very good. Yeah. Obviously, strong sales managers know that sales is key for every single business, but sales manager itself, it doesn't, resonates. What do the people think about if you call, I need a chef for my restaurant? Okay, chef. Is the chef good? Is it bad? I need a head of accountant. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, but all these memories, all these pictures, all this, what the candidate market is thinking about the job starts here. And we need to deal with expectation management here. So make sure that you check the status quo in the audience. Is it a good title? What do they believe in? Also, do believe in you. I deal with so many corporates who want to play startup, yeah, and most candidates don't believe the corporate at all. Do they believe in your business model? Do they believe that you're capable of doing that? Is more important than, the job title and co. Because if they read it and then say, I don't believe in the strategy at all, it's gone. Yeah. So what's the emotional trigger? Very important. Big picture. You need a job, okay. You want growth, okay. In 3 years, you want that. Oh, interesting information. You take care about that, okay, good. What's the trigger point for the candidate? Impact. Impact. What kind of impact? Impact in business. Impact on your own life, okay. What does that mean? Freedom? More success? More money? Do I have really great impact on the world? Please show me how. All these questions must be answered. Focus, focus, focus. If I read a job advert, I only read pain. If I read a job advert in today's world, it's all about you need to do that, you need to do that, or bullshit like, oh, we're a great company, we're so funny to work with, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they write everything down to inspire some candidates. But at the end of the day, it's not true. And everyone knows it's fake. So what's a focus point? Always pick one focus point. For example, if we have the emotional trigger, what do you want to focus on? Expressively in the job advert, really deep diving. Yeah. Number 7, we can. I read job adverts, really superheroes. Yeah, you're the one-man show, one girl superpower who can change the world for us. We're a great team, but you will bring the success. It feels sometimes, what are the other guys doing? Yeah. I mean, you want a person who runs everything, who wants everything, who can do everything. Yeah. When I can do that on my own, I would be an entrepreneur. Listen, think about that. Yeah. Listen. Think about that. It's a we approach. Yeah. In the job advert, you also should explain, we are a great team. We support your success. You have a core competence and this is the right team because we are all challengers. We can do something. And the we in job adverts is not there. Yes. So come on, listen. It's not there. Bring the action. Job AdWords changed a lot. So it's really not a, hey, apply for this job, you know. Think about modern, yeah? Think about action. What action really make a difference in today's world? And applying is really something where we say it's, you know, we met first time. If I ask you to marry me, would you do it? Hey, it's our first conversation. It's the first lesson, yeah? For example, let's book a master class. You can do it. If you're still struggling, we can do it. No, there's no relation in, right? There's no relation set up. Will I ask you later? Of course I will. But not yet. And this is the point. You trust me, you booked the course, well done. I will promise, I will deliver, yeah? But what is the promise? What is the pain someone is struggling with in their current employeeship? And how can you help them? That is the promise. And the action is not apply here. The action is have a video call with me. The action is have a call, just a chat with me. The action is let's meet or let's watch something, yeah? If you believe in this videos and 3 videos, I talk in detail about the position. Let's get together. You know, find a way people can interact with you without applying. This will multiply your success immediately because most HR entrepreneurs, leaders still say, apply, apply, apply. But you're not ready to apply. Take this in consideration. How can you build action which leads to conversations, which leads to a communication? This is number 1 point. And then skills, obviously. Not a skill setting down where you can say, hey, come on, guys, I want everything. Yeah, the skills are more important from a human point of aspect. You know, let's make an example. If you're an engineer, you're working in an engineer environment. Everyone is engineers. Everyone has the same skill set, the same education, the same tasks. So, but what's your superpower? What is outstanding inside your peer group? It's the way you communicate, maybe. It's the way you master analytics. It's your, you know, you need to pick a certain superpower where you say, besides general skills, if you need engineers, of course, you take engineers education as well in the skill set. But inside these engineers, you need to pick really where you say, what makes this special person really from a human point unique? What do they feel is their superpower? If this is your skill, number 1, if you want to master that, come to our team. And that's it. This is on the top, you can see dates created by, version, and created for. Write it down, print it, save it, save the word, just save it on a hard disk. And then really do the homework right now. When we stop the video, print it out, do your homework and start changing the way how you hire. First lesson over. Thank you very much. Just a quick note, because I just see that some of you might be irritated by the underlying problem from the day 1 sheet. When you explained the day 1 sheet in detail, you got a good feeling about the target group, your offer, and the situation. And it's really important that you see the underlying problem, like, okay, you need a sales manager. Yeah, but you need a sales manager to grow your company within the next 3 years. That's the underlying topic. You need a sales manager to grow your company within the next 3 years because you have impact in the world. That's the underlying problem. The impact is of interest for candidates. If you want to win, the underlying problem is if you agree that this problem is great and a value to troubleshoot, then the underlying problem is if you join my team, we can challenge the world to a better place. And this is the underlying problem of a job AdWord. I know It's not always possible to do that, but you have to think in this kind of terms to truly build a better team. So thank you very much. Have fun doing the homework.